Hi Virgo, Sun, Moon and Rising. Welcome to Ethernal Realms and welcome to your May Scorpio eclipse reading. So this one is a lunar eclipse taking place on the 5th of May, and we had an Aries solar eclipse on the 20th of April, right after which Mercury went retrograde and is still retrograde at the time of this eclipse. So we might feel a little bit foggy, or we have to go over certain details, certain decisions and revise them while Mercury is retro. And at the same time, we have a lot of intuition coming through. And that is especially important for you because Mercury is your ruler. So the plans that you come up with, the schedules that you make, the routines you're establishing, the goals that you're setting for yourself, the work process and flow and things like that, they need some sort of recalibration around this time, or there is a sense of decluttering that comes through May Scorpio eclipse over here. All right, so these solar eclipse that happen, that is basically creating a trigger internally through external events. Certain things happen in your surroundings, in your environment, and I've made a zodiac specific reading for that, so you can check yours out. But the lunar eclipse here indicates that there is a rise in a feeling, there is a calling, a pulling, something of that sort that comes from an internal or a subconscious space or a soul created space that creates the external transformation. The point of origin is different, but both of them work together as one coin. Okay, they are two sides of the same coin. So it's important to, see what comes up in both of these eclipses. So let's see what this one brings for you. Let's see the tarot first and then look at the oracle. Wow. Okay, so we have the 10 of Pentacles. That is a fabulous place to start. Awesome. Then we have the King of Cups. Yeah, you can find yourself being especially intuitive here. We have Ace of Cups. Wow. Ace and the King. Very nice. So Ace is the beginning point of the cup suit and King is the culmination. We have Justice. The Libra energy has come up quite a lot actually in many of the zodiacs so far. And we have the Page of Pentacles. This can be representing you. You're an earth sign, and pages are all about learning new things, being very curious and implementing different things, being in training all the time, and also in a metaphorical sense. I'm not saying you're a trainer for life, but you're always like discovering better ways, more productive ways, more efficient ways to go about anything. Even if it comes to your loved ones, you want to see what exactly would, make them feel nice, loved, taken care of, supported, and things like that. That's what gives you that loyal quality, right? Now, I mentioned partnerships because we have Justice there, and that relates with one and another person. So this can be you legalizing a relationship, becoming a family, or planning for marriage or something of that sort. Or it can be, you combining forces with a business partnership, or signing documents in some way, perhaps purchasing a home that you absolutely love, or you're getting a piece of land, heritage, some sort of, family tradition that you are willing to honor. You make a promise to them or yourself to uphold a certain standard. This applies in a career context as well. It looks like you're moving towards doing something that absolutely brings you total joy and happiness. This can be something intuitive or creative, but does not have to be, because we still have the earth signs. But whichever way that you go, whichever way you decide to commit yourself to, it brings you a lot of balance and harmony in life, and also brings you a sense of groundedness, stability, security, and peace. And Mercury, while retro, is in Taurus, which is a fellow earth sign. So it is going to have very direct and also opportunistic, influence on you. So it brings in a lot of new insights and blesses you as well. Now, Taurus is in your 9th house, so some documents you have already signed. You might have to go through those things, especially if you've done this while Mercury is in retrograde or a little bit before as well. But either way, whatever you find out and you learn, it makes you really happy. It's like, oh, I didn't see that I have holiday bonus, or that, you know, there will be an automatic increment or a position increase or something like that, which you had not seen initially, but now that you know, it's like, whoa, awesome, I have more opportunities than I was thinking I did. All right, and that makes you very free, it's liberating, and so on. Now, those of you who are looking for a partnership, Ace of Cups is a very strong indicator that you might find someone you have a very strong liking to and you have a complete vibe, and this can be a Pisces or another water sign. And the Ten of Pentacles indicates that there is a strong chance that you make this last for a very, very long time. And you are an earth sign, like I said, and you're not very flighty with your dating choices. You're very careful about who you let into your life. You still, you know, keep things open. You still give people a chance, but in your heart of hearts, you know who you would be loyal to, who you are committing to, and so on. So you're finding someone that you just have a complete love and respect for this person, and they also respect you. There is this mutual honor, respect, equality. You kind of stand on similar foundations or belief systems, and that really, you know, makes things a lot more secure than otherwise. Okay, let me see. Then we have Condor, which says, hold the highest vision for your life. You now possess the ability to move past any hurdles. Okay, so you have Scorpio in the 3rd house. So it kind of like, look at what is it that does not mix with what belief systems or what thought patterns, what mindset changes that need to be made in order to move towards your future vision here. You're taking care of the details here and you're very detail oriented, but you're looking at it from a different perspective this time. Let's see more details. We have the hummingbird, which says, release what you've been carrying and lighten up. New joy is on the way. That's very much the Ace of Cups. But release is really strong with the hummingbird. It's not just that new things are coming in. It's that certain things to be let go or accepted. Like your focus needs to move in a different direction, and the direction of new spark. Okay, then we have the hawk, which says, pay attention, a powerful message has been communicated to you now. Yeah, this is this can be through other people, like your coworkers or people in your environment. If you have siblings, then it can even be them who communicate something to you, and that just makes you very happy, and you're very grateful for certain things that you discover. Because we have 10 of Pentacles, it feels like an heirloom comes in, or someone gives you a certain gift and you're like, and they kind of indicate to you that it's your job now, or not in a burdensome way, but it's like, can you keep this safe, or something of that sort. I don't know why I'm getting that. But yeah, that's some important message there. You might also know that your family is expanding, so you have a new role now. Let's say you become aunt for the first time or uncle for the first time. So it's a happy kind of responsibility, right? But it's not a burden on you in any way. You're just learning new modes of operation, new versions of yourself over here. And you feel inclined to play that part as well, right? It's not like someone else is forcing you to be something or do something over here. And the pages bring some news as well. Some messages could come in which relate to your career and finances. We do have Pluto still in Aquarius in your 6th house, and it has just entered there, right? So new opportunities or thoughts could come in here related to your workflow and process. Some new technology could be added in there, or you're looking at different approaches to your health, your routines, your lifestyle, things like that. You might be reinventing certain things here. But this message or this idea, either way that it falls for you, it creates a rejuvenation of your energy in general. And that's kind of the optimum way of using Mercury retros, to rest or relax, rejuvenate and kind of connect with people with whom you feel you can be comfortable being vulnerable with, right? Because that itself is adding to that clarity here. So you're rejuvenating your energy. Everything that you learn here is helping you come to a greater balance within yourself. Then we have Meadowlark, which says, smile, you will soon experience a wonderful journey of inner discovery. Usually when I get this card, I also get some introverted tarot cards, but I'm not seeing that here. So it looks as though you're doing this either very effortlessly or it's happening in the backdrop. It's happening very automatically, and eclipses have that type of energy where you don't have to push too much, okay? Things are happening, the impulses are being created, the feeling is coming up. We just gotta cope and flow with those things, okay? That's all we need to do ideally, but we find ourselves resisting or, questioning, and we have dilemmas and doubts, and because many things are yet to be known. It's still in the flow of exploration and revelation that plays out over 4 to 6 months that we come to know the full picture. But there are certain things that the solar eclipse has initiated already, and it looks like in this Scorpio eclipse you're getting on that same page. You're like in harmony with everything that wants to come in here. You can see the water being poured over here, and that is nourishing the ground. It's nourishing you. Okay, and everything that you care about. If you have children, then they are being, benefited over here. If you're wanting to conceive, this is a very nice card of conception as well, resulting from a union. Very happy, and you're excited to delve deeper into how to do parenting right, or something like that, where you're approaching it methodically, but you're very excited and curious to delve deeper into this. And it also has a positive impact on your beliefs, your future goals and visions, the finances that you are saving for the future as well, if that's something that you're heavily concerned about at this point in time. Okay, we have Medallion. Wow. All right, so this is very much that keepsake energy that I was talking about. It's like a very sacred thing that you have. It can even be your own ritual, okay? Like, let's say you use the same coffee mug every day, or the same pen or pencil, that notepad, you use certain things every day, and it contains a little bit of your energy. So it becomes a very sacred piece that is a part of you. You can either get something like that from your family, which is like passing down, or the tradition. Right, for example, in certain cultures, when a child is born, then the aunt or the uncle is like initiating some sort of, like, you feed the first water, or you give the name or something like that. There are certain relatives or relationships which stand on sort of a higher ground in importance in initiating something for the child. And in your case, it can even be something creative here. So the pen that you use, you might change that, for example, and that gives you a different sort of feeling, and it becomes more sacred over time. Okay, there is keepsake. In that same process, we can look at it differently and say that there are certain things that are cluttering you and are no longer a true representation of who you are. Like, if you've been using that pen for the last 6 years, refilling the ink, let's say, but you no longer are the same person as when you started using that pen. And is this a force of habit? Is that belief system just habit, and that you believe a certain way? Perhaps that is no longer in alignment with what you're trying to create here. And that is coming to clarity. And as a result of that, you're decluttering that, and you're adopting a new belief system here. And especially with Uranus there in Taurus, been there for some time, it's really shaking up your belief systems and your worldview. You might be connecting with different types of people, different cultures, and that's widening your perspective and your experience in general. So more of that shake up, but it's working out quite beautifully for you. We have the mask as well, which talks about adopting a different persona or understanding different personas. So we don't have to be set in stone, and you are a mutable sign, so you can understand many different types of people and accept many different ways of being as well. Even though you're known to be a bit of a perfectionist, that kind of comes about by first understanding what is there. You have to be first explorative to understand what works for you, right? So with the mask here, it's switching up something that you thought was true for a very long time, and you're trying a different approach, and you're pleasantly surprised that it works so well. This also talks about taking up a different responsibility. For some of you, you can get a different type of job and you're now becoming a mentor, and you're very excited about that, and there might be a learning curve, but you're really interested in taking up a new role and new responsibility. So that's like the mask, like how do bosses act, how do supervisors act, let me adopt that. It's kind of the fake it till you make it, but not as drastic. This is not really fake to you. This is an aspect of you that has not been expressed before, so you're excited to express it. Okay, that's the mask here. This also talks about the family thing as well. Like for the first time, you're becoming an aunt, so you're learning from other aunts that you've explored or like understood, gotten a good relationship with, and you're like, okay, that's kind of what I want to be. So let's put on that mask and try it out. And along the way, you're still figuring things. But the thing that you're ultimately trying to become is very authentic to you here. A warning that comes in here is that other people might also be putting on masks. Everyone's in a bit of a explorative phase in this time. There are like new beginnings coming through and new ideas coming into like every zodiac, right? With the solar eclipse, and also Aries, which is a very pioneering sign. And then Scorpio is like, let's get rid of certain things here. So it's very important that we are sure about ourselves in this situation. If you're not, that's okay. We can ask our feelings, because you have a lot of support and blessings here, okay? Other people, the very close people around you, they can help you out. Your family members can ground you. Spending time in nature with water and things like that can also bring you to a greater sense of clarity. But yes, not to trust other people at their word. I'm not saying any deception, okay? There's no deception, manipulation, none of that. But it is still, because they themselves are figuring themselves out, it's important to let them unfold their story as they are, and for you to maintain your position as you are, basically. All right? Greater levels of self-expression. Yes. One more time, let's go for Virgos, please. May Scorpio eclipse. What else can we know for them? Saturn, Scorpio, and the third house. Yeah, you do have Scorpio in the third house, and Saturn. Yeah, your sibling could be up leveling in their position, or they have added responsibilities and roles. But it is also something that's deeply satisfying and grounding. This is if you have siblings, of course. But this also talks about your distant relatives, your aunt, uncle, niece, nephew. I don't know why that just keeps coming up here. Okay, so it really can be possible that someone's giving birth in the coming 4 to 6 months and expanding the family, and makes you very deeply happy, and so on. You can also be part of the, making the birth certificate process, for example, giving the name and all of that. All right. Apart from that, this talks about you earning a lot of respect from your coworkers, but this also indicates that you're letting go of certain coworkers as well. So changing teams in some way and up leveling to a higher level of authority, such that your previous coworkers are now being supervised by you. Okay, but there's no bad blood or anything. It's just a different dynamic, and you feel very secure wherever you are, and it does require a bit of learning curve, but that's not a problem. For those of you still studying, this indicates that you're excited to learn something and you're taking it very seriously. It's something very deep and passionate within you. There can be a rise in purpose as well, and this decluttering your environment is becoming very important. And you like to keep things organized, you like to keep things neat, but this indicates decluttering your psyche and your emotional body as well as your physical items. So you might be looking at what you keep on your desk, for example, right? It's the little things that's coming through here. That's going to be important. Also, yes, your communication, the whole expression of a different aspect of you, that's like really coming through once more. Wow. All right, so you're just learning deeper and deeper aspects of yourself. So the meadowlark is really on point, even though we don't have the introspective cards really. Okay, so that's what I have for you, Virgos. Thank you so much for being here. I really hope the reading resonated and that it helps you out. Please check out your solar eclipse reading. That will give you a lot more context, a broader overview as to how both of them are kind of interacting for you, right? If you want a personal reading, you can reach me via Etsy. The link is in the description box and the comment below. I will see you some other time. Until then, take care. Bye.